I got 1F here. Let's put in it then. Question 1A. Not even 1A again, just one. Say no. I like how this is turning out. Alright, so it's saying, yeah, X, so you got like a cubic on the top and you got a linear on the bottom, yeah? So obviously with the cubic on the top, write that out fully. And then obviously you're gonna have to divide by the linear on the bottom to see what the term is, yeah? So it's just polynomial division, yeah? So basically, I do using the box method, yeah? So if you man don't know about the box method, then get to know. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously with the box method, yeah, it's simple. You just put the linear that you're dividing by here. So it's x plus 1, yeah? So x plus 1, yeah? And obviously put the third term of the cubic that you're dividing it into here. So x cubed, yeah? And now x goes into x cubed twice, yeah? So that's x squared, yeah? Times it down there, that's another x squared there, yeah? To get from x squared to 2x squared, so you look at the cubic that you got and you see how many x squares you got, yeah? So if you got 2x squared here, how do you get from 1x squared to 2x squared? You're going to have to add another x squared. So you put x plus x squared, yeah? Then how many x's go into x squared? X. So that's plus x. Then times x by 1. So you times x by the 1 down here and you get x down here, yeah? Obviously, I'll explain it properly in other videos like polynomial division. This is more about like um partial fractions, yeah? Alright, go on. And now that I've got x there, how do you get from x to 3x? Yeah, you're gonna have to add another 2x. X plus 2x is 3x, so plus 2x here. So plus 2x there. And then how many x's go into 2x? 2. So that's plus 2, so you divide it. So basically everything that's on top should times by the left hand side to get what's in that box. So x squared times x is x cubed. X squared times 1 is x squared, yeah, whatever. And then 2 times 1, yeah, is 2. And now to get the remainder, yeah, you do whatever this number is minus this number. Yeah, and so if that minus that equals 0, there's no remainder. Here, so this is the product, by the way, x squared plus, so when you divided that by x plus 1, you get x squared, yeah, plus x plus 2, and then the remainder is minus 4 minus 2, so the remainder, r is equal to minus 6 here. So the remainder is minus 6. That means that it's going to be, if you look at the form that they want, that means that d is minus 6, yeah, so minus 6 over x plus 1, yeah. The x plus 1, by the way, is just because obviously we're dividing it by the whole thing. We're dividing by x plus 1, so it's going to split into, so that this part is all going to divide by x plus 1 to get this quadratic. And then the constant is obviously going to still be over x plus 1, yeah? You can't write plus 2 minus 6, that doesn't make any sense. Then they will combine and there's no remainder. You get, that's why you got this remainder here, yeah? Alright, save. Question 2. Given that that is divisible by that, write the thing. So write the cubic first, yeah? So write the cubic. That's the cubic there. Alright. Okay, now you man, yeah, right. So now obviously and write what you're dividing it by. So divided by x plus 3, yeah. So that's what's on the bottom on the denominator, yeah. So obviously draw the little box. And then obviously write the first term of the cubic here, so 2x cubed, yeah. Also write the way you're dividing by here, so x plus 3, yeah. Come. How many x's go into 2x cubed? 2x squared, yeah. Times that by 3, that's 6x squared. How do you get from 6x squared, yeah, to 3x squared? You're gonna have to take away another 3x squared, yeah. Here it's always adding or taking away. It's never like dividing or timesing it. How many x's go into minus 3x squared? Or minus 3x. Yeah, that's standard, bro. Easy. Minus 3x times 3 is minus 9x, yeah? So minus 9x, how do you get from minus 9x to minus 4x? We're going to have to add another 5x here. So add 5x there. And how many x's go into 5x? Obviously plus 5, yeah? So then 5 times 3 is 15. And as you see here, what's the remainder? Obviously negative 10, yeah? As you got this number here is 5 minus 15 is remainder equals negative 10, yeah? So the answer here is going to be 2x squared, yeah? Minus 3x plus 5, so what's on the top here? And then minus 10 over x plus 3, because that's what we were dividing it by. That was the denominator here. So x plus 3. Oh, that's the answer there. Question 3. Question 3 is saying x cubed minus 8 divided by x minus 2, yeah? Alright, save. So again, same process here. So we got write the cubic out first. So x cubed minus 8, and then open this box, and then like that. Alright, cool. write the cubic here, the first sum of the cubic, so x cubed here, and right, obviously we're dividing by here, so x minus 2. How many x is going to x cubed? X squared. X squared times minus 2 is minus 2x squared. Here you've basically, it's like, I can rewrite this here as x cubed plus 0x squared here plus 0x plus minus 8, you get. So how do you get from, that's the same as that, because it's just 0x, 0 times x squared is going to become 0, 0 times x 0, yeah? So how do you get from minus 2x squared, yeah, to 0x squared? I'm going to have to add the 2x squared, as minus 2x squared plus 2x squared is going to give me 0x squared. So how many x's go into 2x squared? Well, that's 2x. Times 2x on the bottom, you get minus 4x. How many minus 4? How do you get from minus 4 to 0x? You add another 4x, so add 4x there. How many x's go into 4x? Obviously plus 4, so add 4 there. Then times that by minus 2, that's minus 8. And as you see here, there's no remainder, yeah? So as you see here, is that correct? Is it, yeah, there's meant to be have no remainder, yeah? Alright, calm. So minus 8 minus minus 8 would be minus 8 plus 8, basically, because double negative makes positive here. So therefore, there's no remainder, r is equal to 0. So therefore, the final answer is literally just x squared plus 2x plus 4. So it's literally just like a polynomial question, basically. This ain't even really repeated factor or whatever you call it. It isn't, no. Alright, save. Question 4. I'm not talking about repeated factor, I mean partial fraction, fam. Alright, come. Question 4, yeah, you got. Sometimes, I just say shit that don't even make sense. Plus 4x plus 5, yeah, divided by x squared minus 1, innit? So, of course, you're going to write the same little thing, but because it's not a cubic here, just write two squares across, innit? So, only like that, because it's not a cubic here. And here you got two terms, so x squared minus 1. And so, write the first term here, so 2x squared, yeah? So, how many x squareds go to 2x squared? 2x. My bad, not even 2x, 2. Yeah? And because of this, and then obviously 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. Now, because of the special process here, because it doesn't really make sense how we go from minus 2 to whatever, it's not going to make sense here, yeah? So I'll show you a proper way to divide the ones that are not cubic over quadratics later, yeah, in the video. But for now, if we assess this here, to find the answer here, because it's a quadratic divided by quadratic here, essentially 2 divided by, you know what I'm saying? Essentially, what's going to happen is we're just going to be left with the remainder, yeah? So what you can do here is I can take this original quadratic that we had, so 2x squared, yeah, plus 4x plus 5. In the brackets, in the box, we got 2x squared, yeah, minus 2. So what I can do is I can take this away from 2x squared minus 2. That's going to give us the remainder. You get it? So if I take that away, 2x squared with 2x squared cancels. 4x is being minused by nothing, so it remains. And then plus 5 minus minus 2 is plus 7. So you get plus 7 there. Do you get it? So that's the remainder. So right here, 4x and plus 7. So that's the remainder. So the final answer is literally just 2, because you saw the 2 from up here. 2 plus 4x plus 7 over, obviously, the denominator, which is x squared minus 1. So that's the final answer. So yeah. Let me know if you understood that. Alright, next one, question 5. Okay, cool. Question 5 here. We're dividing. What are we even dividing? We're dividing a cubic by a quadratic. Okay? Dividing a cubic by a quadratic here. So to divide a cubic by a quadratic here, we follow the normal procedures of dividing a cubic by a linear. But now we just got a quadratic. So what you do is basically it's simple here. Again, there's a cubic that we're dividing here, so put 3 like boxes across like that. But now because we're dividing by a quadratic, not a linear, you're gonna have to put 3. I could have done this for the last one as well, but I just didn't. Alright, calm, bro. So yeah, so obviously we're dividing it by 2x squared plus 2, right? Yeah. Alright, so we're dividing it by 2x squared plus 2 because that's what it's telling us there. Find the values of a, b, c, where you can divide that way, or whatever, some more for you. So calm. So pattern, yeah. So basically, when we divide it, then what are we doing here, fam? You're gonna go with the same process here. So basically, 2x squared plus 2, that's what we're dividing. So 2x squared here plus 0x plus 2, that's the formula we're writing it, yeah? And so let's start with the cubic. So what was the cubic then? Cubic's 8x cubed, yeah? Plus 2x squared plus 5. Alright, save. So write the first term of the cubic here. So 8x cubed. How many 2x squares go into 8x cubed? Well, 4x. Yeah, 4x times 2x squared is 8x cubed, yeah? 4x times 0x is just 0x squared. 4x times 2 is 8x. Come. How do you get from 0x squared to 2x squared? Gonna have to add another 2x squared. So you add 2x squared there. How many 2x squareds go into 2x squared? 1. So plus 1. 1 divided by 0x is 0x. 1 divided by 2 is 2. Alright. How do you get from alright, safe. And now because there's nowhere else where we can go with this, yeah, you do the same thing as last time. So literally, yeah, just do what you have here, the product. 4x plus 1, yeah. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. Obviously, yeah, 8x here is so we've got 8x there, yeah. Now, you might be thinking, so how do we go from 0? So here we've got 0x obviously in the cubic, yeah. So you might be thinking, how do we go from 0x then to 0x? Well, that's the whole point, my guy, bro. You don't go from 0x to 0x. You forget about the 8x that we had here. So it's 8x plus 0x, so that's 8x going to 0x. So I'm gonna have to do minus 8x. Why? Because then 8x plus 0x minus 8x would equal 0x, which is what I've got in the cubic. So minus 8x there. 2x squared can't go into minus 8x, so it doesn't even make any sense, bro. You get what I'm saying? And then here, how do you get 5 here? Well, I've got 2 already, so how do you get from 2 to 5? You add 3. So that's the remainder there. 8x minus 8x plus 3, you get it. So obviously, so there you go, basically. So basically, what we've got here is 4x plus 1 is the answer, and remainder of 8 minus 8x plus 3. Yeah? And obviously, if you combine that, 4x minus 8x, that's obviously, yeah, you get the point, and then 1 plus 3, yeah? So as a result, what was it? Yeah, so that's the answer, right? So let me check question 5. Yeah, so that's it. So that's 8x plus b is 4x plus 1, and then cx plus d is the remainder. That's just minus 8x plus 3. You get it? So yeah, so a is basically 4, b is 1 according to the question. Uh, c is 8 minus 8, and d is 3. Yeah, so that's the answer there. If you don't get that, just stay in the video, yeah, and you'll see what's going on. You'll get it in a minute. All right, question 6. So we've got 4x cubed here, minus 5x squared here, plus 3x minus 14 here. Alright, come. So we want to divide a cubic here by a quadratic, hello? Yeah, dividing it by a quadratic, which is x squared plus 2x minus 1 here. Alright, come. So again, because it's a cubic here, we're going to go across 3 times here. So that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. And because we're dividing by quadratic, again, 3 times here. So bang. So now write the quadratic that you're dividing by here. So x squared plus 2x plus 1. And then write the first sum of the cubic in here. Yeah? So 4x cubed here. So how many x squares go into 4x cubed? Obviously 4x. Times 4x by 2x, you get 8x squared here. Times 4x by 1, you get 4x. Calm. How do you get from 8x squared here to minus 5x squared here? You're going to obviously have to take away minus 13x squared, yeah? So minus 13x squared. So 8 minus 13 is minus 5. So calm. So how many x squares go into minus 13x squared, yeah? Well, obviously minus 13. Minus 13 times 2x is obviously minus 26x. And then minus 13 times 1 is minus 13, yeah? Calm. So now, how do you get from minus 26x to 3x? Well, again, because we have this 4x from earlier, you can't just say minus 26x. So it's 4x plus minus 26x here. So that's minus 22x. And then how do you get from minus 22x to 3x? So that's plus 33x. Do you see what I'm saying? And to test it after if you want, yeah, just do 4x minus 26x plus 33x, yeah? You know what I'll do? You know, 4 minus 26 here is minus 22. Minus 22 plus 33, yeah? So what's going on there? So minus 4, minus 26. Alright, minus 20 is minus 4 here the whole time. This is minus 1, bro. Yeah? Minus 1. Of course, when I say stuff, it doesn't work out. That's minus 4, yeah, my bad. So minus 4, yeah, minus 26, yeah, is minus 30. And obviously minus 30 plus 33 is going to be 33. It's going to be live 3x, which is what we want, yeah. So you get the point here, yeah. Alright, calm. Again, bro, if there's a mistake in these videos, by the end of it, I would have clocked it. Like it will be, I only upload the final version, right? Alright, so that's the quadratic we were dividing by. Alright, cool. So minus 13 is there. What we saying now? So obviously, yeah, calm. So then we got that. Now, how do you get to minus 14, yeah, from minus 13? We have no other numbers, just minus 13 to get to minus 14. So it's a simple situation of just, damn, and because it's negative 13 times negative 1 is plus 13 here as well. So 13 to get to minus 14 is obviously just minus 27 here. So obviously 13 minus 27 is, uh, is minus 14, yeah? Calm. Cool. So now we got the remainder. So that's it. That's literally the answer. So what we do here is the answer was 4x minus 13. That's what we got as the answer. And then the remainder is the whatever is left here. So plus 33x minus 27 over the denominator, which is x squared plus 2x minus 1 here. So do you see how it works? Question 6, similar to question 5. You can go back to question 5 and you'll understand it better now. This is how it works, yeah? Alright, calm. Question 7. So we're dividing a quartic here. So quartic means that it's got power 4, yeah? We're dividing a quartic by a quadratic here. So x power 4, yeah, plus 3x squared, yeah, minus 4, yeah. Let me put a little hook there. Minus 4, yeah. Alright, calm. So we're dividing that by x squared plus 1, yeah. So to divide that by x squared plus 1, because we've got a quartic here, we're gonna have to go across 4 times, yeah. So as you see here, go across 4 times, yeah. So 1, 2, and then that's 4, yeah. 3, 4, yeah. And then divided by quadratic, so again, go across down 3 times, yeah. So therefore you've got x squared, so we're divided by x squared here, plus 0x plus 1. This is x squared plus 1, yeah? So that means that's x squared plus 0x plus 1, technically, yeah? You get it. Alright, calm. Write the first term here. So that's x to the power 4. X squared goes into x to the power 4 by x squared. So x squared times x squared, x to the power 4, yeah? X squared times 0x here is 0x cubed, yeah? Always remember to put the actual term, yeah, the x term, yeah? And then x4 times, x squared times 1 is x squared, yeah? Alright, so we've got 0x cubed in the original quartic equation, yeah? So if we've got 0x cubed, so how do you go from 0x cubed to 0x cubed? Well, you just add another 0x cubed. Yeah, and so how many x squares go into 0x cubed? Well, 0x. Yeah, calm. Now 0x times 0x is 0x squared, yeah? And 0x times 1 is 0x. Cool. Now, how do we get from 0x squared, yeah? Plus another x squared, so that's 1x squared now that we've got, to get to 3x squared. 1x squared plus 2x squared is going to get us to 3x squared. So this here needs to be plus 2x squared, yeah? So understand that. So x squared plus 0x squared plus 2x squared is going to add up to what was in the original quartic equation, which is 3x squared, yeah? Calm. Now, 2x, how many x squares go into 2x squared? Just 2, so plus 2 there. And now 2 times 0x squared is 0x. Sorry, 2 times 0x is 0x, 2 times 1 is 2. Cool. And now we got to think about, we've got 0x in the original quartic equation, so how do you get from 0x plus 0x to 0x? You should add another 0x. No, going on. You can't divide the x squared by 0x, so it's going to be a remainder here. Yeah. And then finally, how do you get from 2 to minus 4? So we've got minus 4 in the original quartic equation. So how do you get from 2 to that? It's going to be minus 6 remainder here. So finally, our remainder would be just x squared plus 2. That's what we got up here. So that's what it divides perfectly into. And then the remainder is 0x minus 6. So I can write 0x minus 6, but 0x is just nothing anyway. So it's just minus 6 over obviously the denominator. So x squared plus 1. We get. Alright, come on, question 8. So dividing a quartic here by a quadratic again. So write the quartic equation out for these. So 2x to the power 4 here plus 3x cubed here minus 2x squared here plus 4x minus 6 here. Alright. And now do draw the box again. So obviously we've got quartic here, so it's going to be 4 across. So like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now again, we're dividing by a quadratic here, so obviously there's going to be 3 going down here. So like that. Gone. And now obviously write it out here. So the quadratic we're dividing by is x squared here plus x minus 2. Calm. So that's the quadratic here. Write the first term in the top left box, so 2x power 4 here. How many x squares go into 2x power 4? 2x. So 2x squared, yeah? So 2x squared times x squared is 2x power 4, yeah? Alright. 2x times x is 2x cubed, yeah? And then 2x squared times minus 2 is minus 4x squared, yeah? Alright, save. How do you get from 2x cubed to 3x cubed? You're gonna have to add the 1x cubed. So add x cubed here. And how many x squareds go into x cubed? Well, obviously just x. So plus x here. Now x times x squared, it's x times x squared. X times minus 2 is minus 2x here. How'd you get from x squared here to minus 2x squared? That's what we had in the original quartic equation, yeah? Furthermore, another thing, yeah, is we're forgetting as well. We've got minus 4x squared. So minus 4x squared down here, plus x squared, that's minus 3x squared. So how do you get from minus 3x squared to minus 2x squared here, which is in the quartic equation? You're gonna have to add one more x squared. And just to show you again, minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3, minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. So that matches the original quartic here. Calm. How many x squares go into x squared? Just 1. So plus 1 there. Times 1 by x, you get x. Times 1 by minus 2, you get minus 2. How'd you get from, so we got minus 2x plus x, that's minus 1x. How'd you get from minus 1x to 4x? You're gonna have to add another 5x. So add 5x to that over there. So that's minus 2 plus 1, that's 1. Bruv. Minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. Minus 1 plus 5x plus 5 is plus 4, yeah. So that's matching up with the original quartic. And now how'd you get from minus 2 to minus 6? You're gonna have to add another 4 to that. Why are we adding 4 then? What's going on? Why are we adding 4? Minus 2 to minus 6. Take away 4, fam. I'm tweaking. Take away 4, yeah. Why did I write plus 4, man? Yeah, alright, see. Take away 4, yeah, to get to minus 6, yeah. Alright, see. So what's the remainder then? So it divides perfectly to give us 2x squared, yeah, plus x plus 1. And then the remainder is 5x minus 4. So plus 5x minus 4 over, obviously, the thing you divided it by, which is x squared plus x minus 2. Alright, question 9. Cool, question 9, yeah. What we doing here with question 9, bro? What are we doing? What are we doing? Alright, safe. So find the values of the constants of that for an identity. Yeah, they want you to compare coefficients here. Yeah, so what you want to do basically is it's simple. So write the cubic first. Yeah, so I mean the quartic here. So 3x to the power 4 minus 4x cubed. Yeah, minus 8x squared plus 16x minus 2. Yeah, come. And then write the bracket underneath. Yeah, so ax squared here plus bx plus c times by x squared minus 3. So what they're saying is that when you expand this, you're going to get the top one, yeah? So hence, let's look at this then. So let's see that this term, yeah? 3x to the power 4, yeah? So ax squared, yeah? Times x squared is what's going to give you that term. So hence, I can write 3x to the power 4 is going to be equal to ax squared times x squared. So that's ax to the power 4, yeah? So therefore, a is equal to 3. Do you get that? So what I'm saying is that when you expand this whole thing, you're going to be left with the top one, but in terms of a. So therefore, a is equal to 3. You see that? Calm. Now, we've got minus 4x cubed here. Again, how do we get x cubed from this? Well, we can only get it one way, which is bx times x squared, yeah? So that's going to become bx cubed, yeah? So bx cubed is equal to minus 4x cubed, yeah? That means that minus 4 is equal to b. You get it? Calm. Now, how do we get x squared, yeah? So we've got minus 8x squared, yeah? There's two ways we can get. There's multiple ways now you can get x squared, yeah? You can get x squared through c times x squared, yeah, which is going to be cx squared, yeah? But then you also have to account for um ax squared times minus 3. That's going to become minus 3ax squared as well. So it's cx squared minus 3ax squared, you get it? And that's obviously equal to the x squared term in the final product. So that's minus 8x squared here. So I can simplify this to just minus 8 is equal to c minus 3a plus c, or something like that, or c minus 3a, same thing. And I know that a is equal to 3 from what we found earlier, so therefore I can just say minus 8 is equal to minus 3 times 3 is minus 9, equal to minus 9 plus c, so therefore add 9 onto the other side, so therefore c is equal to 1, yeah? Alright, calm. Calm, bro. And now, how do you get the x term, yeah? How do you get the x term? The x term is 16x. 16x here is, how can you make x here? You're going to have to do bx times minus 3. So that's, so you can write 16x is equal to minus 3bx here. And then you're going to have to do, how else can you make x? Oh yeah, this is not the full bracket. There was also plus dx at the end in the question, plus e, yeah? That's outside the bracket. So obviously you got to account for this dx as well, because all of that simplified will make the top. So also that plus dx, obviously, yeah. That's minor anyway. It's not. So there you go. So there's that, yeah. So I can simplify to that to obviously 16 is equal to minus 3b plus d. And obviously by doing that, I know that b is already minus 4 from earlier. So b is equal to minus 4. So therefore I'm gonna write up here 16 is equal to, so up here should see 16 is equal to minus 3 times 4, which is minus 12, plus d. So minus 12, add 12 to the other side. My bad, that's not minus 12 because b was minus 4, yeah? So minus 4 times minus 3 is plus 12. Take away 12 from 16, you get d is equal to 4, yeah? Alright. And now finally, yeah, how do you get the constant term? So minus 2. Minus 2 is obviously equal to, how do you get the constant? Well, c is a constant, and c is being times by minus 3, so it'll be minus 3c. And then obviously plus e at the end here. That's also a constant, so plus e, yeah. So 2 is equal to minus 3c plus e, and obviously c is equal to 1 from earlier, so that's just minus 2 equals minus 3 because c is equal to 1, so just put 1 there plus e, then just rearrange for e. E is going to give you 1, yeah. So obviously minus 3 at that other side, so minus 2, that's 1, yeah. So you get e is equal to 1, yeah. So finally, I can write the final bracket as, now that we know what a, b, c, and d, e are, I can write 3x squared minus 4x plus 1, x squared minus 3 plus 4x plus 1, yeah? So that's the final answer. Alright, final question, yeah? Question 10a. Question 10a. So, fully factorize x forward to minus 1, yeah? So listen, bro, this is the difference of two squares, essentially. What's the square root of x4? It's x squared. What's square root of 1? 1. So x squared plus 1, x squared minus 1. Obviously, this is just another difference of two squares. So again, we've got x squared plus 1 that can't be further simplified. And then x squared minus 1, what's the square root of x squared is x. What's square root of 1 is 1, so x plus 1, x minus 1, yeah. There you go, easy question from. Part B. Says, hence or otherwise solve the right algebraic break fraction in that form, yeah. So x to the power 4, yeah, minus 1 over x minus 1, yeah. So obviously if I know that x to the power 4 minus 1 is equal to this thing down here that we found in part A, it's equal to x squared plus 1 times x plus 1 times x minus 1. And I'm dividing that by x minus 1. Well, obviously cancel, cancel. So it's just equal to the final answer here, just x squared plus 1. Bro, why do I always write that the negative signs wrong and stuff here? It's actually plus here, bro, in the question here. So hence I'm dividing it by plus, so it's not the negative one that's cancelled. Cancel. Alright. It's not the negative one that's cancelled there. It's the positive one that's cancelled. So x plus 1 and then x minus 1 is left over. Alright, calm. Alright, safe. That's it.